Bass Pro, Megacast, worth the cash or piece of trash? Alright guys, before we hop into the video, I wanted to let you know that this reel was donated to us for a video and a giveaway by Jareth Wilder. He also has a YouTube channel called wilderfishingtv. I'll put a link in the comments and the description. Make sure you guys click on that and show him a little love on his channel as well. So the first thing we always do on a reel review video is we take the reel apart, kind of do a basic breakdown and show you guys what's inside. I'll also show you guys the manufacturer's specs. After that, we'll take it down to the football field and do a couple casts and see what kind of distance we get. We always use a 9'6" whisker seeker rod and a 2-ounce no-roll sinker for that. And third, we'll do a factory drag test on it to see if it meets or exceeds the factory drag rating. Alright guys, before we get to the breakdown part of this video, if any of you guys or girls have owned or used this reel, let us know in the comments below what your thoughts on it are. Was it a good reel for you, bad reel, love it, hate it? Any comments are appreciated, guys. I've got a little bit of experience with it now. I've used it 3 or 4 times fishing. Caught about 15 fish on it so far. As you can tell, it looks like they kind of copied the looks off of like an Abu Garcia 6500 C3 based on where the clicker is. Similar shape and design, where your clutch is, and the one tension knob. The only issue I've had with it so far is sometimes when I've reeled a fish in, and only when I've reeled a fish in, the clicker would come on its own. And I'm used to using reels with the clicker there. I'm not hitting it on an accident. It actually just comes on just out of the blue every now and then for no reason. So that's the only issue I've had. If you've had that issue, let me know below. Alright guys, we're going to do a quick little breakdown on this reel. It's about like any other round casting reel as far as taking it apart. You got 3 screws right there on the side. Going to remove those. Pretty basic, pretty standard really. Just going to give you the basic idea of how it comes apart. Pull that side off. Your bearing sits right here. Sometimes it stays on the spool end right there. You got your 3 bushings right here. Put our parts in our little container here so we don't lose them. Now your spool is going to slide out. This reel has a 2-piece braking system, as you can see. Not my favorite on the brakes. I like the 6 pins myself, but that's just personal preference. This design has been around for a long time. This is a fixed spool reel, so there's no bearings inside the spool. Like I said, your one bearing is designed to sit right in there, and your other bearing is underneath your tension knob. So you have 3 crown screws on this side. I think these are still loose, so sometimes you need a screwdriver for them if you haven't taken it apart before. When I take a reel apart, I don't get these real tight. That way if I'm on the lake and I need to make an adjustment or something, I can just simply unscrew it. That being said, sometimes they will come loose on me while I'm fishing, but no big deal. Just tighten them back up hand tight. So there you go. You've got your cage right there. Let you see inside of that a little bit. I did take this apart earlier when I first got the reel. I'm not going to take it apart on camera. It comes apart about like any other reel, but it has springs inside of it, so I don't want to risk losing any of the springs. After all, we're going to be giving this reel away, so we want to make sure it's in good working condition when you get it. And like I said, this right here, I'm not even going to take this apart. I mean, I'll show you your line pawl. Pretty easy. You just unscrew it right here, you know. But I'm not going to take it apart because it has the design where it has a little E-clip right here. instead of like the Abu Garcias or your Piscifun, where it just has a little clip that slides out and lets you take it apart. It has the, I guess you'd call it Cast King style, because that's how they are. You got to take off this little E-clip and then everything slides out. So there's a basic breakdown for it. Guys, we're getting ready to put this on a rod and take it down and do some casting. So I want you guys to pause the video right now and let me know how far you think it's going to go with a 2-ounce no-roll sinker on a 9'6" Chad Ferguson Whisker Seeker heavy action rod. All right, guys, we're down here at the local football field. We've got the Bass Pro Megacast. This is the MCM 2000 model. And as you guys know, I always use a 9'6" Whisker Seeker rod, heavy action with a 2-ounce no-roll sinker. The line that's on this reel is 20-pound mono. I believe it was Andy line. I think that's what Jareth told me he put on it before he sent it to me. So they just freshly striped this field, so we're going to know exactly how far we're casting it. Felt like a decent one. Got a little overrun there because it's hard to tell when it's hitting the ground out there. Nothing major. This reel is nice and smooth, I will say that. It's a very quiet reel. Externally, it looks a lot like an Abu Garcia 6500 C3. And this reel is bone stock. I have not adjusted the brakes. The tension knob is wide open, but I haven't removed any brakes or anything like that. And this was our first cast at the football field. Huh. Be honest, it went a lot farther than I thought it would. It went right here. See if I can show you guys that. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but it went right there. And this is the 90-yard line. So it went about 90, probably 91 yards. Let's give it one more cast, guys. All right, guys, this is going to be cast number 2. I was really surprised at how far cast number 1 went. I think it was around 91 yards, give or take maybe a foot or so. So really surprising that for what this reel cost, it was able to get that far. Let's give it one more cast and see how close it is to it. All right, guys. See if we're in the same spot as the previous cast. Looked like it went pretty close, so we'll find out. It's a nice little smooth reel, really, for the money. So far, out of all the budget reels I've tested, I would rank this number 2 due to the price point and the performance so far. The only downside I've had with it when I'm fishing is sometimes when I catch a fish, the clicker comes on by itself. I don't know why, but if any of you guys have this reel and you've had that problem, drop me a comment below and let me know. If you've had it and haven't had that problem, let me know. Guys, we got this one a little bit farther even. There's 90 yards and we're up here almost to the 95. I think we got about 90. I don't know, there it is. Hopefully you can see that on camera, but I think we got about 94 yards out of this bad boy. All right, guys, the first cast was 91 yards. The second cast was 94 yards. That's a pretty consistent reel in my opinion. And that's a lot of distance at this price point as well. We got one more test for it. We're going to take it home and do a drag test. All right, y'all, according to the manufacturer specs, this reel is rated at 8.8 pounds of drag. That seems kind of weak in my opinion. I'm gonna guess it goes over 8.8, but I really don't know. Let's crank this bad boy down. See what we got. And remember, the line on this is 20-pound Andy line, I believe it is. So started slipping right at it started slipping at 12 pounds, as you can see. I'm going to tighten it up one more time. See what happens on that. Give her one more go around, guys. Same thing, guys. Looks like it's holding about 12. Alright, guys, I'm going to give you my own personal opinion on the reel now. As you can tell by the casting section, it's smooth, it's quiet, it casts great. The drag test, it actually exceeded the manufacturer's rating, so that's a good thing. I did a little breakdown so you could see what it looked like inside. Kind of standard, you know, for a cheap budget reel. The only thing that I did have to do, since I did all those tests, was I actually removed the clicker on this reel because I kept having the issue where I would reel a fish in and the clicker would come on. So now you can see that even in the on position, there's no clicker. I think that made the reel a lot better in my own opinion because I got tired of it coming on while I was reeling a fish in. But like I said, other than that, this reel would probably rank as my second favorite budget reel at the moment. I don't know the longevity of this reel, so if you've had one and you've had any issues, make sure you let us know below, or how long the reel lasted you. And make sure you guys go over and check out Jareth's channel. I'll put a link in the video description and the comments. Show him a little love, tell him thanks, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So far, my favorite budget reel is still the Piscifun Chaos XS50. If that's something you guys are interested in, I'll put a discount code in the comments below as well, where you can save 18% off of that reel. It actually makes it a little bit cheaper than this reel. I think this reel, as I'm doing the video, is like $49.99. If you use that code for the Piscifun Chaos XS50, I think it knocks it down just a little bit cheaper than this reel. And it's a floating spool design, which means it has bearings inside of the actual spool. So to me, it casts a little bit better and just a little bit better of a reel for less money. I want to say thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.